Here we go here. 5.47 million plus 63,244. 77,467 plus 120. 75,708 plus 1,300. Plus over 1,300. Tests for positives. 1.8 tests been taken. Million tests been taken. Over 700 positive tests. 38.9% have tested positive. So far, only over 24,000 people are in ICU, while over 140,000 people have been hospitalized. 68.2% have had at least one dose. That's a total of 19.7 million. And 16.7 been fully vaccinated. That's 57.8%. But this Omicron man is a freaking super spreader, and nothing is being done. You rather just sit there and say, I don't care. So every time I look at this stuff like this, it's like no one cares. The cases are rising, everyone's dead from COVID, and yet the schools are just like, and every teacher here. I mean, if you were to look up teachers quitting their jobs because of COVID, look at the key issues. Newsweek, about a month ago, Newsweek issued the address these 5 key issues. These are key issues: stress, burnout, exhaustion, too little respect. The pandemic has taken a step toll on teachers with many of those negative experiences experiencing COVID-19. Pay matters. The 5 common problems teachers say the whole reasons that make them quit: poor management, unreal expectations, poor management in the school can be 2 problems. This is from Kenny Houston. Toxic school environment, no support behaviors, teachers don't feel safe, teachers are burnt out. I can go on for. Professional input not taken seriously. This was from Steve Bodley. Our school and district administration can exclude us from the critical decisions while being completely obvious with addition to creating the consequences for their actions. Staffing shortages. This is the big one. Schools are short-staffed and teachers are running on empty. The demands are high and not enough staff to meet the requirements. So what do? Well, they turn to parents. And if I'm one of those people that want to teach, I'm ready. I'm not a parent. I'm a concerned citizen. If they come to me and say, we need your help, I will be there. Lack of respect. From Aaron Guerin in the, it's the micromanagement and lack of professional respect for me. I'm an educated professional and I want to be treated and compensated as such. Classroom management. 59% of teachers are starting a week that is a lot more intense teaching now versus pre-pandemic, according to an April Ed Week Research Center survey. And as for today, with the February 2021 Rand Corporation survey reveals stress being at low pay for the main reason teachers were leaving the classroom, with a striking 55% quitting with 2 years leading up to the pandemic. But there are some tactics people need to consider. Providing mental health days, starting a teacher mentorship program, incorporating teacher input into new initiatives. Some of these are low costs. And check out this article from May 14th from the same person. Survey shows I can't even get into that, but still, teachers are quitting because of the pandemic, and yet parents are sitting there going, yeah, that's a good idea. So far in 2021, there have been at least 52 shootings on K through 12 school property in the United States. And you get teachers being stressed out because they don't want to teach because they haven't been vaccinated and they don't want to have to deal with this crap. If they call for me to say, hey, Mr. Carmody, we're going to need you to go teach, and I'm still on my part-time job, they give my phone number and say, yeah, Mr. Carmody, we're going to need you to come in and teach because the parents don't want you. And I'll be like, I don't know, should I? I got to think about this. Okay, I'm in. I have to be ready. If they call my name, I will be ready. But so far on the bluff, no teachers ever want to quit. And that happens, I will be on board and say, but probably no one cares. Again, I've been telling you this for about almost 2 years. Masks, social distance, hand washing, disinfect your area. A lot of things need to happen. I mean, the big ones disinfect your area. But if you after class, I probably don't see many people disinfect their areas. They just like leave classes, go to the next class. Things have got to change. If all these tips, like I've been telling you for the past 2 years, we can all be safe. So let's try to think positive things. All right, let's take a break here. Next, some clips from the principal's office. Like I said on Give Me Break Friday, I was going to show you some old clips because this is the main issue here. So we're going to focus on 2 of these: vandalism and going through people's stuff. We'll look at that when we come back. Now on to one of the biggest issues facing our schools: searching stuff without a warrant. I mean, the 4th Amendment says you have the right to have people not to be searched. But does that affect school? Does the 4th, if you have the right to not search, does that happen? No. Because the safety is like, what if there's a gun in there? They got to have the power. And yet there's cases going to the Supreme Court saying this and that, and the court sides with the school on this issue. I'm going to play you a clip from the old show like I did on Friday. And let's just take a look.
We've been having a rash of stink bombs set off in the school. Setting off stink bombs is a major offense. It's a health concern to breathe in those fumes. So when a student does that, it's out of school suspension. Hey, Mr. Pace, I'm glad you're here. Lucas, we got a serious issue here. There have been 4 incidents involving stink bombs. Your name has come up again.
Again? They said that I threw some stink bombs somewhere. I don't know what's up. That's just stupid.
Staff members have come to him to
tell me
students.
who. We don't divulge, we don't give out names. I just want to know who's that. No. He knows how to play the game. He is used to things like this. We've questioned him many times, and believe me, he was not intimidated. Do you have any stink bombs on you now? No.
Well, let's see. Empty your pockets.
Take everything out, because I'm going to look in there.
Because there's craziness going on in their bathrooms. I don't know if they're setting up something, getting ready to pop one of those things. I don't know. This is so serious that people are getting sick. I was coughing one day when that thing went off out there. You need to try to clear your name, because I'm finding it very hard to believe, Lucas, that you are telling the truth.
I don't know what they're accusing me. I really don't know. I'm being framed because I didn't do it. That's it.
We're talking nice here.
I don't even know where to buy a stink bomb.
If you're involved in this, you're going to be suspended for 10 days out, and your folks are going to be called to the school to come get you. This conversation is over, but we're getting to the bottom of this. All right, so remember what I told you. If you know anything, hear anything, I need to know. All right? So you can go on back to class. Lucas may have walked away today without getting in any trouble, but if Lucas is involved, he is not going to get away with it.
Okay? So again, they told him to just search. He didn't wait. He didn't say, you don't have the right to search. He said, okay. And that's a great example. That's one of the great examples here, like searching your stuff whenever you don't want them to. I'd have to look and agree with these people. Because the safety issue, what if there's a gun in there? What if something dangerous in there? You can't bring that to school. Like in this next one, this kid, these two girls were smoking pot, were doing drugs, and yet they ran. And this kid, what happens next? Take a listen.
I don't know if they high school. I have to deal with drugs maybe once or twice a week. Go ahead.
We've got a bunch of kids outside smoking pot.
Thank you. Apparently, a teacher saw some students outside of school smoking marijuana.
We're going to bring them in right now.
When I arrived, I saw the teacher and another young man, and the young man was holding the marijuana pipe.
Right now, I'm scared out of my mind. I'm freaking. I want to get out of here. I don't want him to call my parents at all. I don't want anything to happen. I'm freaking.
Before we continue, there's nothing to do with the Fourth Amendment. I mean, drugs in school is bad. The whole purpose of that clip is to show you what can happen when you bring drugs into school.
Nico, what happened? This looks really bad.
These three girls walked up and then they were just standing there. All of a sudden, they tapped me on the shoulder and they tossed me that, all quick, tossed it at me, and then they just start walking really, really fast, and they just all leave. I was at the wrong place at the wrong time. I got caught with a pipe that wasn't mine.
Did you know they were smoking pot?
Saw a glimpse of it, but I didn't know what they did. I saw a glimpse of it, I didn't know.
Mr. Haddon said pretty much the same thing. They saw some girls smoking.
Okay.
And when he drove up, they threw it, and he went like this and grabbed it, and he stayed.
Okay.
Everybody else ran and left him holding the bag, and he's like, what's going on?
Why would you catch it if they tossed it to you? I don't know, it was really quick. I just turned around and they had it in my hands, and I'm not guilty because, one, it wasn't my pipe. Two, it wasn't my marijuana. Three, they just tossed everything in my hands and ran.
So I want to be clear. If it was his marijuana, he would have gotten in trouble, suspended, or expelled for drugs, according to the Student Code of Conduct. That's what would have happened if it was his. But no, these were the girls. The girls came in, told him the same thing, and this and that together. And we'll have another clip.
Right now, if it was not for Mr. Haddon, you'd be guilty, okay? I appreciate you being honest and staying, but everybody else took off. But in the future, if you even suspect things, you need to walk away.
All right. I told the truth. I told my part of the story. He said, thank you for your honesty, and basically let me go. Okay, thank you.
Next time Nicholas gets a marijuana pipe tossed to him, he needs to just let it go.
And our final one. I mean, for 5 years I've covered vandalism, and I hate vandalism. So we're gonna I'm gonna show you one. I'm gonna play you one example. First, another issue is this dress code. I'm gonna take about 1:47. So, let's take a listen.
Dress code violations are not just shorts that are too short or shirts that are too thin. Really can be just about anything.
You've got to be kidding me. Boys. Or is it girls?
It was this of being naked. I said be naked, but they wanted to put the monkey suits on.
Aren't you guys like hot in there?
Yeah, I'm not wearing any pants.
Take your mask off. Why are you dressed like gorillas?
I don't see what's wrong with it. It's clothes. I'm not coming to school naked.
What happened when
Everything's wrong. You're not supposed to wear costumes to school. You can't be wearing, like, no costumes are prohibited.
you left the house this morning? What'd your parents say?
They weren't home.
They weren't home.
I told him it was costume day.
When my dad told me to wear a monkey suit, I thought this is what he meant. So I went out and bought one.
You think it's funny?
Personally, I think it is.
You do.
Yeah.
You do. Potential would be funnier, too.
Well, it's not against the rules to dress up like a gorilla.
It's against the rules to dress in a costume.
I agree.
I appreciate your sense of creativity and sense of humor. It just doesn't have a place at this high school.
Turns out monkey suits aren't good to wear to school. I guess.
I'm gonna need you to go find some clothes, get dressed appropriately so you can go about the rest of your day.
All right, can we make some phone calls to parents or whatever?
Absolutely. Let's go do that.
I know that they were just doing it to kind of get a rise out of people and to make some fun out of the day, but in the end they have to realize it was very disruptive.
And again, it's a distraction to the educational process. You may agree or disagree with what I say, but it is. Alright, I'm going to look for... What I'm going to do is look for that vandalism guy with Lock Me Vandal. When we come back, we'll play it for you. If you just joined us tonight, we're looking at some clips from the principal's office because the reason why that is because it has a lot to do with these topics talked about over the 5 years of my show. We focused on the Fourth Amendment. We also focused on the drugs. We focused on the dress code violation. Now let's get to the cream of the crop. We're talking about the cream of the crop is vandalism. I'm talking about this issue for 5 years. There are 2 clips I'm going to play for you. Number 1.
Let's go. Right now I have to talk to a student who was at the scene of the crime where we had some destruction of school property. These kids were horse playing in the hallway. It got out of hand and they broke a window. I got a call from the hall monitor. There's broken glass in the hallway and you are standing there.
I stand there every morning. I didn't see any glass.
Broken glass plus Lauren equals
vandalism.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
So when the hall monitor saw you standing next to the broken glass, you didn't even know it was there, is what you're saying?
I didn't even see any glass. I have no idea what you're talking about. I'm so lost.
Lauren, the only thing that I know right now is a fact is that you were standing there and the hall monitor saw you near the broken glass.
It wasn't me that did it.
Did what?
The broken glass, you say that's there.
If I can't get this thing resolved, then I just got to pick up the phone, I got to call the police, and we'll do an investigation.
There's no need to get the police involved. Nobody killed anyone. Some broken glass. No need to cry over spilled milk. Maybe there was an accident.
Did somebody kick it? Somebody throw something at it?
An object hit the window.
What's this object we're talking about here?
Someone's butt.
Somebody's butt.
Okay.
And do we know whose body this butt belongs to?
That information is confidential.
I don't want to play any more guessing games with you. You broke the window.
Yes, I did.
Lauren, how did this happen?
Me on one side of the door, someone on the other side, and I was trying to push it out with my butt to open the door, and they were trying to keep it closed, and the force of both of us pushing just broke the window with my butt.
Let's face it, somebody could have got really hurt. And I think you need to spend a couple of days in in-school suspension for this.
I say I get a detention.
We're not making any deals here. I'm pretty sure this is the last time Lauren's going to be breaking any school property with her butt. I I worry, however, that I'll see her again for something else.
Again, 2 days in school suspension. Is it going to be the same as this next clip I'm going to find out? Well, I think so. There it is. Take a look.
Hate vandalism. There's no excuse. I have no tolerance for it.
Same.
Go ahead.
Stop down the high school boys' locker room, please. Yeah, I really think you need to come see this.
This call over the walkie seems a little cryptic, but urgent. So I'm gonna head right over to the locker room and see what's going on. Was it bad?
Give them a couple lockers.
All of these?
No, I didn't do all of them. I only did one of them.
Why?
He told me I couldn't.
What?
He told me I couldn't do it.
Who?
It's a Filipino boy.
No, this is a big problem. This is vandalism.
It is?
This is destruction of school property. I'm shocked that Mario is shocked that he can't run around bashing things in our school. Who's going to pay for that?
I can pay for this. I know I did this one.
Hey, who did that one then?
I didn't do it. I did this
Who
one.
did that one?
I don't know, sir.
It's going to get worse for you if you don't tell me who else did it.
Sir, I did this one.
Who did the other ones?
I do not know.
Who did those? I know you know.
Sir, I don't know.
That doesn't cut it.
How can I not cut it, sir? I can pay for this.
Well, it's worse than that. It's worse than that because the district can decide to press charges.
Exactly.
This is vandalism. You can't just go around kicking lockers and breaking things. Here's the deal, okay? Mario, here's the deal. We're going back to the office and we're going to deal with it there, okay?
I'm just stressed out about school. I didn't find another way to take out my anger, so I just kicked out the first thing I could, which just happened to be school property, a locker.
Mario, calm down. Calm down. Mario, take a tissue. Take a couple tissues. No, we're not going to press charges, okay? All right, calm down.
All the consequences I should have thought before, just shame took over.
All because my studies, these are giving no fruits.
Giving no fruits. He's not doing well in school. But are you failing classes?
Not really failing, but what's meet our expectations?
So you want to do well for your mother?
My math is not that good. Still wonder how I got into advanced math. Oh
This gets too much of my mother. I just like to pay for it.
We have to notify your mother.
Exactly.
Because we have to suspend you.
Is she gonna say what she might do?
What do you mean what she might do?
She's very strict when it comes to these things.
Well, you're lucky. I mean, she's bringing you up the right way.
My mother's a very proud and strong woman ever since her childhood. So yeah, it won't be easy.
Hi, Mrs. Paulino. This is Mr. Shenigan, the principal of New Milford High School. Your son Mario will be serving an in-school suspension for kicking in a locker. You know, it's not the end of the world, but we do just want to notify you. Mario's showing a lot of remorse. Because I love my students, I want to help him through this. But you got to communicate with all of us if there's something bothering you. Kicking in a locker because you're frustrated, I think you know it's wrong, correct?
Yeah.
So we want you to do well, Mario. How about this? Maybe we could put him in school today, and that'll count as day one. Tomorrow will be day two.
They made me understand everybody makes mistakes. There just
Exactly.
happened to be one that was very unlike me.
At the end of the day, Mario's a great kid, and I wish...
The final clip, when we come back. You know, when you go to school and you're late, you're being tardy. Now you're going to meet a guy who had 10 tardies. He's like, when was the 5th one? Take a look.
A lot of times when students are late, they think they can talk their way out of it. Some teachers may fall for it and some may not. And then I sent for Jeffrey because he's always late to math class. Hey, Jeff.
How you doing?
Pretty good, but what is this all about? Have you seen? Now, let me just tell you. You're not a really problem kid at Danbury High School. You know, a few odds and ends things here, but 10 tardies to period 1? Mrs. Zincy? Yes, sir.
When was the 10th one?
What do you mean, when was the 10th one? When was the 5th one is the
That could be
date?
resolved choice.
Why are you that late to Mrs. Zincy's class, trigonometry?
Most of the times, it was my fault because like I was driving my car, but I got rid of my car. So then, like I started showing up on time, but I was already at like 8.
What time do you get to school? Like you take the bus?
Well, now I do, but a few of those times, I had to feed the dogs in the morning, and then I missed the bus, so my dad had to bring me. So I think that 10 should be knocked down to around like 7 or 6.
Jeffrey is a charmer, and I believe he's used this charm a lot around here, but it won't work with me at all. He's in trouble. If you studied this discipline code, it's 2 days in school suspension.
Oh, man.
Now tell the truth, is there like a girlfriend in the picture or somebody you got to meet up with in the morning? You know, you got to put that time in. What is it?
There's a few here and there.
A few of them. Well, so Jeffrey, are you like some kind of player around here? You got to check in? What's the story?
I wouldn't say a player. It's just I'm very open-minded.
Now that's scary.
Open-minded? Okay.
All right, Jeff. You may think you're some kind of big-time player here at Danbury High School, but you can't play me. 2 days in school suspension.
For 10 tardies.
Not again.
That's right.
Thank you.
Have a nice day.
You too. I got 2 days in school suspension. Kind of sucks, but for the ladies, it's worth it.
Another one bit the dust.
All right. We're out of time. But it doesn't stop there. On Monday, I'm going to play you more of these clips. Like I've been talking about, like sleeping in class, cell phones prohibited in schools, including one where he threw mashed potatoes on the wall. That's on Monday. That's all this edition of Give Me a Break Saturday going to Sunday. We'll see you again for Give Me a Break Monday. And for all of us here at YouTube, have a good night.